I'm out working on the 69 Camaro again. I've got the engine out now. Here, I'm sorting out the firewall setback. So I've built this, it's not the finished weld, it's just all tacked in and clecoed. Built this little section here where the engine will sit in. That's a piece of the old firewall just sitting there. I'm going to use that to close in between the transmission tunnel and the new setback. That section there, but I've since cut all of this out, including the mounts, and cleaned all up. Still got to put some paint on that and clean it a bit better. Got this all ready to go. Need to, this is pointing in a little bit here and then back out again, so I need to just zip this little bit of a weld off and grind that back a touch. And then get my line here where this is going to meet, and then I'll fold that over flat so it can sit behind the firewall. So I bought a new firewall section. The one that's got no heater or air conditioning opening. So that will be just flat over there. And I've kind of marked it up where I need to do my rough cuts. So I need to come down around here, across there, and then this piece here will be the piece that goes between the transmission tunnel and the firewall, but I need to split it here because I've added about 4 inches between there, and then it's just the same on the other side. So then I'll put those two pieces in, and that'll get me right down to the toe boards, and then I'll just have to put another little piece. I'm actually going to zip this off around here, and then I'll put a new piece between here and the firewall altogether. And then it's going to be challenging to get the bell housing bolts in once this is all together, but there's not much I can do about it. There's not a lot of space. So that's the inside. The TR6070 7-speed is below here. Everything needs cleaned up. But I want to get everything welded in and then give it a good clean, scuff it, and get some primer and some paint on it here. Well, I guess first I'm going to have to do primer because I am going to have to get the car over on its side in order to finish some of the welding below here. Up around here, under the floor. I don't have a rotisserie, so I need to sort that out. But since last time I've got, I don't know how well you'll be able to see down here, but I've got all of the supports in. These are what the convertible uses. Mine's just ended here for now, but I will put the piece on the outside. I've got the cutoff sections there. Sorry, that's really dark. And there's the piece that bolts across the transmission tunnel. It's got 3 bolts in it. Got one here, and then one at the back. So I am going to continue that back. And this is the tube that's up inside the transmission tunnel there. I'm gonna cut that off and weld a nut into that so that I can extend this all the way back there. And then everything will be up inside the transmission tunnel. And I've actually thought of doing the same thing from the front here out to the frame to try and stiffen this in a little bit. but we'll have to see how it is. It's not going to be anywhere near as stiff as a C6, obviously, but it's going to be much better than the 69 Camaro. And it needs to be, because the cornering loads are going to be much greater than what was ever intended from the original engineer's perspective back in 1969. The tires, the brakes, the engine. None of this was possible back then, so it didn't need to hold up to that kind of cornering loads or acceleration. So okay, so that's it for 2021. Today is December 31st, so just wanted to show where I got to. Maybe over this weekend I will get these pieces kind of roughed in, and I'm hoping by the end of January to have this all finished and put together. And then I need to move on to the trunk pan. I've got it cut out and roughed in, but it's still just a rough cut. This needs to be cut back more. Wiring harness, this needs to be cut back more so it can drop down. And then you can see it's up past there, sitting on the frame rail. And then the next thing to do will be to sort out what I'm going to do with these frame rails, whether I'm going to just clean these up and keep them, or if I'm going to put some rectangular tubing in there to the back of the car. And then I need to sort out a fuel tank. That's definitely going to have to be a custom made fuel tank, because I need to come through here with my exhaust and go across. And I want the tank to continue down under that. I want to be able to have some decent range out of the tank. I don't want to be left with 12 to 14 gallon tank. I want to get 16, 18, even 20 gallons would be nice, so that I can get some range out of it without stopping all the time, or take it to the track and not have to worry. All right, so we'll see what I can get done, and I'll post again in the new year.